name is Diana, and I am a 14th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to A Week in My Life. So again, good morning. Today is Monday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. As you can see, I'm somewhat wearing green. I have my green worms. Go figure that I realized this morning I do not have any shamrock earrings. I'm like, what? Like, how? How did that happen? Which is very interesting. I was telling my boyfriend that this morning. I was like, how do I not have shamrock earrings? Anyway, so I kind of just put the best that I could for green. That wasn't like any seasonal earring, just some worms, which is fine because, you know, Apple teacher, all that good jazz. But lo and behold, it is 26 degrees in my car. Now, mind you, last week we had some pretty good weather up in like the 60s, and then I think on Saturday was like 70-ish or close to 70, and then yesterday we get snow, and then today we don't have snow, but there was frost on my windows, and it's 27 degrees in my car. So go figure. I don't know, you figure out the weather for the Midwest. I've been here 42 years of my life and I can't figure it out. Anyway, needless to say, last week was pretty quick and I had Friday off. I had to take my kids to the doctor. It was like, so it was a day off, but it wasn't a day off. So like I literally took the day off and I had a dentist appointment early morning for my son. Then I took him to school. My daughter had a like early midday, like a 10:30 appointment at the dentist. I couldn't schedule them back to back as much as I normally do and wanted to. They didn't have the availability. So I had to go back and take my daughter. Then at around 2:45, she had another appointment. She had a doctor's appointment for her annual checkup. And then I had a dentist appointment at 5. And then meanwhile, my daughter had gymnastics that thankfully my sister had stayed at my house a couple of days to help me take her. Took her and my son with them to gymnastics. And then I went to the dentist, and then I got home. Then I was home for the evening, but then Saturday I had to take my son to his annual doctor's appointment at 11:30 in the morning, and then he needed a haircut, and I went at like 3:40, which was nice because I got to go into the city. But we didn't get to go see the river get dyed green, but I just don't think it's too much of a scene for the kids sometimes, because it's just a lot of people. From just my experience, like they're up early and they're celebrating and they are drinking at like 8 in the morning. It is a time. So, but needless to say, when I went to the city to get my son's haircut, there were so many people out wearing green. It was just a lot. And if you are single in the city of Chicago, or not even single, but if you are like not in the family life, like don't have kids, blah, 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 that is the place to be. And it's a fun time. My best friend said the same thing. She was supposed to come hang out with me, and she's like, we went out, and she's like, it was just like a lot of fun. And so I was like, oh, that's nice. So yeah. So, but I mean, I'm okay with it. I lived that scene many years ago, and I am like not missing it one bit. Anyway, so yeah, so this week we actually have IAR testing. We are testing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think we're doing ELA this week, and then we're doing math next week, or vice versa. I mean, obviously one or the other. I don't remember. No, but I think we are doing ELA this week because we're doing math next week during block. Oh, I don't remember. I'm like, oh, I don't remember. I gotta look at my schedule. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we are doing IAR testing this week, Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so that should be a pretty quick week, which will be nice because we're doing it right before spring break. I mean, it's not nice because obviously the kids are all thinking about spring break for the score purposes, but it is nice to have something concrete to do before they head off to spring break, so they're not acting too wild, because they actually have to focus on this test. So I'm hoping that that will kind of calm the behavior, and not be too crazy. But we shall see how that goes. And yeah, so that's pretty much my week. I don't think we're doing any new math this week. I think the only thing we're doing, we might do a math test for the end of the unit. We only have, I think, 2 units left. So I told my colleague, I'm like, we gotta slow down, because we have 2 units left and we have 9 weeks left of school. Now, mind you, 2 weeks are discounted because of the IAR, so we have 7 weeks left of school. So we want to make sure that we're not running out of math material. But I'm glad that, our scope and sequence, we did really well. We kind of went through it, and it's the first time me and my colleague are teaching 6th grade. I've taught intermediate for years, but this is the first time she's ever taught intermediate and 6th grade, or actually middle school, not even intermediate. Well, I've taught intermediate for years, but this is the first time I'm teaching 6th grade. She's never taught middle school or intermediate. I think she's been mostly primary, so this is also new for her. So I feel really good that we're, keeping up with the times, and like I think I told you guys in a previous video, our test scores were phenomenal, so it's awesome. But anyway, so I should be at school probably like in the next 15 minutes. Yeah, also, did you see that I had my green Starbucks cup today? And then, of course, well, I always have my green book bag or my lunch bag, so nothing new there. But we are all St. Patrick's out today, and my kids even are wearing, like my daughter's wearing this like lucky something shirt with these like shamrock, black and green shamrock pants, and then she has like a little headband, and then my son is gonna wear a green shirt, probably a green hoodie, and then I couldn't find any of his beads that he had last year, but he said he wanted to wear his Luigi hat, so I'm like, well, you're still decked out in green, so we'll take it. But yeah, but yeah, that's about it. I'll check in with you guys later and let you know how the day is going. Hopefully fast and productive, but you never know, every day and week is a new one. All right, so I'll chat with you guys later. Good afternoon and welcome to 2:15. I am on my way to so today we have an early day. As I told you guys, we get off at 2, but today, normally we would stay in the building, but today we actually have PD. My hair is just like a hot puffy mess. We have PD at another school, so I'm headed there now with my colleague from 6th grade. So today was an easy breezy day. We did our science. We started our new unit for science, and so that one was pretty easy to introduce. And then for math, we did a practice test for that unit 8 that we are going to be taking tomorrow. And then for reading, we started our new story called Fish Cheeks. And what else did we do? We didn't do social studies today, so yeah, so it was a pretty easy breezy day. Right now it's about 51 degrees in my car, which I don't know why for the life of me I have this jacket on, but I'll take it off when I get out of my car when we get to where I need to go. But yeah, so other than that, today was pretty good. Like I said, we're gonna head over there, and then I'll check in with you guys after there to kind of talk a little bit more about my day, and just kind of run down what my plan is for the evening. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a great Monday, and then tomorrow we're going to be testing, so that'll be fun. It'll be really boring, but it'll be fun, only because it'll be like 8:30. I think we're testing until 10, and then we'll do the outdoor recess, and then we have our math block, which we'll be taking our math test, which will be kind of hard for them to kind of go test, but it's got to be done. So Anyway, but yeah, I'll check in with you guys later after my PD to see how things are going. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today it is testing day in our district. Well, I guess not in our district per se, but in our school. So today is IAR testing. Today and tomorrow are IAR testing days, and we are ready to go. It's going to be an easy breezy week. We got testing today. We have testing tomorrow. Thursday, I don't know what we're doing on Thursday. Thursday's kind of up in the air just based on what's been going on, and then we're back at Friday. So it should be really easy breezy, and my day should be super easy breezy because I have testing in the morning, a little bit for my math block, and then in the afternoon I actually am going to be in meetings all day. And so because I'm going to be in a couple of meetings in the afternoon, I actually won't even be in the classroom, which is kind of a bummer, only because, well, I don't want to say only because, but because, on Tuesdays is my easy day. We have, what do we have? Oh, we have 2 specials. And so it's usually pretty easy because in the afternoon, it's just like bam, bam, bam. Like I get them back at like 1:10. We're discussing, doing whatever for like a half hour, 40 minutes tops. Then the art teacher comes in, and then they have art for that next like 30-ish minutes or so. And then I'll have them for the end of the day from like 2:20 to 3. So it's usually a pretty easy Tuesday, but unfortunately, because I have these 2 meetings, I will miss it, and then tomorrow would be my full day. But because we're testing tomorrow, it won't be that bad because it'll be more so like, it'll be an easy afternoon. And the afternoons usually go by fast. It's like once my math block is over, we have a really long math block for the curriculum that we have, and it's been stated by lots of people, because the other classes from K to 5, they do a different curriculum than we do. I think they do Bridges math. And so because they do Bridges math, it like allots for all of this time that they get. I mean, we literally get from like 10:10 to like 11:30. And that is like an obscene amount of time for math block. Well, I mean, normally it wouldn't be if it was like, various things, but it's like ours is pretty cut and dry. It's like very standard. And so it's just like, hey, this is what you're learning. Here's an example 1 and example 2. All right, do some independent practice. That doesn't suffice for a whole hour. And it's like, yeah, I can pull small groups and kind of work with those kids that need help in certain areas. But a lot of my kids are pretty much on level. There's only a little bit that aren't. And some of those students also have like some sort of accommodation. So because they do, they're usually not with me during that time anyway. So it's just like, there's always room for something to be done, but it's just so hard with our math block. So, but once our math block is over, because that's like the longest chunk of our day, the afternoon is pretty smooth sailing. I get them back at 1:10 after lunch and recess and whatnot, and specials. I get them for that time allotted, and then from like 1:10 till like 3 o'clock I'll have them. But during that time we'll do ELA and we'll do social studies, and ELA is usually pretty good because we'll have our story, we'll read, we'll discuss, we'll do text questions and things like that. So But that's it. So I'm headed to school now. I am running extremely late, meaning I normally don't leave at this time, and it shows because there's traffic in front of me. So I'll probably end up 7:35 now. Usually takes me 20 minutes, so I'll be pushing like 8 o'clock, which stinks because I never like being that late. I've come to the realization that I hate being the rushed, where it's like I'm rushing to do things. I'd rather just be like lethargic and take my time. But on that note, yeah, so that's gonna be my day. And then I think after school, when I leave school, I think I'm just gonna head straight to the gym, because I didn't go yesterday and I haven't gone in a minute. I haven't gone because I didn't go Sunday, I didn't go Saturday, I didn't go Friday, I didn't go Thursday. I want to say I went Wednesday. So Wednesday was the last time. So it's been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's been 5 whole days that I have not gone to the gym. And I don't like that because, it's always that worry where it's like you don't go to the gym and then it's like, and I know I didn't eat the best. I mean, I didn't eat bad, but I've been doing a better job. But like my sister was over and we went out to eat a couple of times. And so it's like, and I had like a soda here and there, which I shouldn't. And so, yeah, so it's just like, I need to get back to the gym. So I couldn't go yesterday because my boyfriend wanted to take my son to baseball practice. Well, not like officially, but like practice with baseball, which was fine because he took him and my daughter to the park, and then he went to go work out. I had thought that how it was planned, where he was going to work out and then I was going to get to go. But I also realized that he needed to pick up my mom because I didn't pick her up in the afternoon. So it was just, by the time it was all said and done, I didn't get a chance to go to the gym. So, but one of us did. So at least he got to go, which was nice, to keep it consistent with him. Just, yeah, I didn't get a chance to go. But I plan on going today. So I'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, so I'm just headed to school now. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hopefully you guys having a great week so far. And if you're not, make it a great week. All right. Hello, and welcome to the end of the day. I am on my way home-ish. My plan, going to the gym. I'm going to try to go to the gym now. Hopefully it's not too busy. I've never been to the gym at around this time because this would be early. Usually I would go after 4. So it will be interesting to see. But I want to get stuff done. I want to get my life together going with this so that way I can, because I can't even buckle my seatbelt. Maybe this is a lesson to me that I need to buckle it before I start driving away. I don't know why I always do that. But anyway, I see my frog and toad shirt. It's so cute. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to head to the gym prior to going home because it is a McTeacher night for my son's and daughter's school. And so like they're doing like a little fundraiser thing. So if you go to McDonald's and you buy like 20% of the proceeds go to my son's and daughter's school. So I think I'm going to do that. Plus they'll be excited. They get McDonald's and there's a play place at that one. So I'm sure their friends are going to all be there playing and they're going to want to play as well. So I'm not going to tell them. I'm hoping that they aren't told and they just are surprised. Like we did one time for Culver's. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, but let me just tell you a little bit about my day in this 70-degree weather outside right now. And I am living for it every single dingle moment. Yeah, so I am, today was really easy breezy. We did our IAR testing. The kids were fine. We did our math tests. Kids all did great. Nobody got below an 80. So I was excited about that. And then, what else did we do? And then after that, I really didn't see them the rest of the day because I had those 2 meetings that I had to attend. So they just kind of worked independently with the substitute. So tomorrow we'll kind of go over some of the stuff they went over because unfortunately the rest of the story that they were supposed to read, they did read it and they answered the questions, but one of the extended responses, they really didn't do the best just from what I read for some of them. Some of them didn't do it at all, so we'll have that conversation tomorrow. But that was pretty much my day, so it was really uneventful in terms of like school content. But yeah, so we are headed home or near home, and then I think I'm just gonna hit the gym, and then after that go home and do this McTeacher night. I don't know if I get out early enough, maybe I'll drop my mom off first before I go to this McTeacher night, just because I feel like she might not want to come with, because it's gonna be a lot of crazy kids, but we'll see. I will I'll hit you guys back up in a little bit so you guys can see how my night's going. All right, so sorry I'm all over the place, but I promise I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It is already hump day and I am living for it. I am so excited that it is hump day. We have testing today and the week is almost over, and we are 1 week closer to spring break, because our spring break is not next week but the week after. So yeah, so we so right now we have Thursday, well, I guess Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8 more days until spring break, and I'm here for it. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I know I'm not gonna be working. So anyway, yeah, the day totally got away from me yesterday. I went to the gym, like right after school, and then I went to pick up my kids because their school had this McTeacher night, which is just basically like the teachers going to McDonald's, and then they serve food to like the students and their families, and then like all the proceeds from that time frame, from like 5 to 8, 20% of it goes towards the PTA, which was nice because, aside from the fact that, you don't have to make dinner and the kids love McDonald's, they can, we get something back in return in terms of the school. So that was nice. It was very, very chaotic, and I almost was gonna record it, and I should have, but then I was just like, it was just so chaotic. There were so many kids in the play area, and like there was some kids there that were like screaming at the top of their lungs. And these are one of those settings where it's like, you don't really know whose kid is doing it because they're all in the play place. However, it's like nobody's like saying anything. It's not like school where people get crazy and then we can be like, hey, calm down. It wasn't like that today or yesterday. So it was just like mass screaming and going crazy, and me and my mom were just there, and we were like, so we were there for like 2 hours because it was supposed to be like 3 hours, but we ended up convincing my kids to leave at 2 hours. But by then it was like a lot of their friends had left, and there wasn't that many kids, or there was new kids coming in, but like nobody that they really knew, so we were able to get them out. And if you're a parent, you know how it goes, when trying to get your kids out of stuff. It's like they can have the best day ever, and the minute they have to go, it's like the worst day ever. So but anyways, so that was that, and then I took my mom home. So it was just a really long evening yesterday. It was productive, it was nice, but it was just a really long evening. So I'm looking forward to coming home and just maybe hitting the gym, and then just relaxing. I might just go to the library because I do need to go return books. I have one book that I still cannot find, and it's driving me insane, and I'm gonna have to ask the library, like, what do I do if I lost this book? Can I pay for it? Because I just can't find it, and I don't know. It's one of those things, well, I don't know if I told you guys last time, but the same thing had happened to another book I had with my kids. I accidentally returned it to our regular library, and it was actually a school library book. And so thankfully my town library is affiliated with, or like they go to the schools and they do like these mobile book things, so they bring the books back to my son's school. So they brought it back to them, and so my son was able to now check out books because obviously he returned his book. So it's just been really crazy. So I have to get a better system. I mean, I have a book bag that I put all the books in, but I got to get a better system of making sure, like sometimes I'll read the kids a book for bed and then I just kind of put it down on the counter. I don't put it back in the book bag, which I should, because my mom comes over and then she sees a book and either she puts it in their personal library, she puts it in their book bag thinking it's like a school book, and it's just too many hands in the pot. But anyway, enough about that. So today we're IAR testing again. So we're testing from 8:30 till 10. So we won't be doing any science or intervention. And then we'll have like recess outdoors. And then we'll have math. And then our afternoon for ELA. Because today's like our regular schedule, which means like we only have one special and there's nothing like there's no like cut in between or anything where it's like it's just a full regular day. So but that's about it. I'm about to eat my overnight oats. I purchased I love that I can buy it in bulk on Amazon, and it comes like 8 or 9 packs. The 9-pack comes with a blender bottle each time, so I just opted for the 8 packs. Not sponsored whatsoever. Would love to be, but not sponsored whatsoever. But I do love this, and I try every day to at least have this for breakfast to stay consistent. The one I get is cookies and cream. Is so good. I mean, the other ones are really good too, but this one's like my absolute favorite. Like I want a flavor that I can eat every day and not get sick of it, and this is the one, cookies and cream. So if you haven't tried these, you should really try it. They're really good. They're really easy, and I know a lot of people do like a lot of overnight oats on their own. But just with all the stuff that they include in here, it's actually really good. And I think it does save money, because like I would have to buy like individual packets of like the oatmeal, and then like you know, the flavoring, and then like the flaxseed, and everything that they include in here is just in this pouch. And it's like, I think it's like $40 for like an 8-pack, which I don't think it's too bad. And so, and you know, at least like I don't have to put anything together. Like I don't have to put the oats and then the flaxseed and then like the flavoring and just all the different components. I literally just pour the milk in here, because it has like a fill line. So you pour the milk to the fill line, and then you just pour the contents, shake it, put it in the refrigerator. It is the easiest breakfast ever in life. And no, again, I am not affiliated, not partnering with them, but I do love them a lot. And I don't know, and it's really good for you. So I just want to pass down the knowledge. But if by any chance they happen to come across my video and would like to sponsor me, I'm all for it. And I will do all the other flavors. This one just happens to be my absolute favorite, cookies and cream. And I mean, dude, who doesn't want cookies and cream for breakfast? I mean, it's just amazing. Anyway, yeah, so I should be at school probably like in the next like 10, 15 minutes. So I'll check in with you guys later and see how your guys' day going. We made it to hump day, and we should be proud of ourselves. Hello and welcome to the end of the day. It is 3:05, and as you can see, I'm kind of somewhat in traffic. I've never really left at this time, and so it's kind of weird to like have all these like cars and stuff kind of be all out there and just kind of be in the way. Normally I just get out and go, but this is the first that they're just like all over. But it's also raining outside, as you see. So we weren't anticipating it to be raining. It was like super dark in my classroom. Like it was like spooky dark, because normally that kind of darkness is usually like at the, like later in the evening. So it was kind of really dark, and it was like the calm before the storm, and then it just started pouring rain. But it is a little brighter out here now, so that's good. But it's still a little bit, it dropped temperature. It's like 43 right now, even though my watch says 54, but they lie. And then yeah, and the sun is gone, so it's just literally cloudy. And I was trying my best to leave fast so I can get home to pick up my daughter from school, because I had promised her, well, I didn't promise her, but I did tell her that I would pick her up. And so I'm sure she's probably going to be thinking about that, because she was kind of crying this morning wanting me to stay. And so I was like, I'll pick you up. So, and so I just decided to leave. I was tired of being at home. So, or I was at home, hear me. I wish I was at home. I got tired of being at school. So that was kind of like my, oh, all right, go. Jeez. Sorry. Now you got to see me hit road rage. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so today it was a pretty easy breezy day. My afternoon was pretty much done. It was very, very easy, because we had that candor session from like 12:40 to like 2:20, which was pretty much the whole entire afternoon, with the exception of the last like 40 minutes. But they had a survey they had to do at the end, like a little like post-test type thing, and so that took a lot of time for them to finish. So we didn't pretty much do anything in the afternoon, and then we had IAR testing. The only thing that we did was math. After we did like a so we've been just trying to do these reviews, because we have IAR math testing next week, and so we were trying to do these reviews for math, and just kind of review concepts that we learned in the beginning of the year, because I'm sure that a lot of them have forgotten. And so that's kind of where we're at. And so we just did order of operations today, which was nice, because it was a good refresher for some of them that kind of didn't remember how to do it. And so it was like a mystery. Like there was they answered questions, and then they got clues to figure out who was like the culprit of whatever was taking place. And I think this one we did was like, there was a jokester in the jungle who was like pulling pranks on all the animals, and they were getting upset, and so they ended up solving that. So that took up pretty much a lot of the time of them trying to solve that. So that was good. And I think I got it off of TPT. So I think I'm gonna download, and I'll link below what it was. It was really cool. It like, they even had like an intro video to like kind of like get the kids like excited for it. They had like a whole little like page of, you know, like what's taking place that they could read, and then it had like all the suspects on the back of it. It was pretty neat. I thought it was really cool, and it looks like this person has like some other ones that are good, so like some decimals and fractions that I think I might just purchase as well, just because I think it was really helpful, and it was, you know, fun. It wasn't like a typical, you know, review where the kids are like bored out of their mind about it. So I might just end up doing that tomorrow as well. So nope, rain stopped. But yeah, so I'm heading home now. I'm gonna probably get them. Hopefully I can make it. I have about 15 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna try. And then I am going to go to the library and return some books and check out some books. So that's gonna be my afternoon. Oh, and the gym. Don't forget the gym. So, but yeah, I'll hit you guys back up later and let you know how my day's going. What you got, Lorelai? What are you doing? You're doing a Mario Kart scavenger hunt? So we are here at the library. They're doing a Mario Kart scavenger hunt, so they're trying to find images If they find images, they get to check off, and then they find them all, they win a prize. So I'm currently walking around. Look at my hair. I got my gym attire on. I got the book bag with all the books that I'm going to check out for them. And so I'll let you know how they do with the scavenger hunt. Let's see if we find any. You find any yet, Lorelai? No. All right, let's keep going. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. I said they could be all in the aisles. Like if you walk up and down the aisles, you might see a picture. So let's see what we find.
I was thinking of they're in.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see if there's any over this way. If I find any, I'll let you know. I don't see any over here. Not yet, bud? Let's keep looking. Good morning and happy Thursday. We are excited. It is Thursday and we have one more day until the weekend again. However, there's always a downside. Always a downside. I mean, not really, but you know, it's just the way that this weather has been. It's been becoming a downside. So yesterday it was like 45, 50 degrees outside, and today it's 32 and snow, as you saw. Which I had to clean my car off this morning. My fingers are a little cold. But that's my fault because I didn't wear my jacket. But I guess that wouldn't have made a difference. I didn't have gloves. Well, I had gloves in here. I just didn't have them on my body, and I can't grab them. But I don't know where the other one is. Yeah. So anyway, so that was my morning. So I cleaned off my car, and I finally brought, because I never bring my brush, and I remember one day my colleague was just like cleaning my car because she was like, she felt so bad that I didn't bring my brush, but I'm usually like, and I just wipe off where I need to see, which she's like, you're gonna get into an accident, you gotta clean off the whole car. And I was like, all right. So I cleaned off my car this morning, and I brought the brush, and I also cleaned my boyfriend's car off this morning. So a nice little surprise for him, so he doesn't have to clean it. Plus, since I'm taking the brush, he's not going to be able to clean it. So I'm hoping that when he wakes up, you know, it'll still be pretty clean for the most part, so that way he can go to work. But yeah, so I'm just going to pick up my Starbucks order. I was debating on whether I wanted to do ice or warm, because I'm a both girl. I know a lot of people are like, ooh, 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 ooh. A lot of people are iced girls, but I'm like an in-betweener. Like, I do both, but hold.
Good morning. Can I answer for you?
Hi, I had a mobile order for Diana.
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, Dal. So anyway, so I mean, I go either way, you know. It's like, depending on the mood, I'm like, I can do ice, I can do warm, because they both hit different, you know. But sorry, I'm gonna charge you guys because I am a little uncharged. But today, I don't know, I was kind of like up, you know, on the fence about it, but I ended up going with ice, and it was free because I had points. So win-win for me. Happy Thursday. So yeah, today, so we're not testing today for IAR. We did ELA all, you know, yesterday and the day before, so we're not testing for that. And then so today is just like a regular scheduled program, and then so we just have library and music, and then tomorrow is also our regular day and no testing. And then next week, Monday, regular Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, math testing. So that'll be exciting because that's the one, that math block is just so heavy. So it's just, it's over an hour long for a math block, and it's too much for our curriculum. We don't have enough curriculum to kind of supplement for that. And so it's just lots of times we're supplementing and whatnot. So, but anyway, so yeah, but that's my day or whatever. As you saw, I didn't go to the gym yesterday, so please don't hate on me. But yeah, I didn't go to the gym yesterday because I went to the library. We actually stood at the library way longer than I anticipated, which I didn't want to pull my kiddos away from the library. They love the library. And hold on, let me get my Starbucks really quickly. All right, got the package, got the goods. I normally just do a grande iced coffee sweetened with cream. It's just easy. And yeah, but so now I guess they did this thing where they really don't sweeten it anymore unless you ask. And so the last time I went to Starbucks, not this one, a different one, they didn't sweeten it. So it was a little bitter, but I mean, we still managed, but it was just like, it was a little disappointing. But anyway, so what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, so I didn't go to the gym yesterday, and so I just ended up staying at the library with my kids for a good amount of time, which was okay, because I know the last thing I want to do is pull them from the library when they're enjoying themselves, having a good time. They did that scavenger hunt that they had for Mario Kart, which that was just nice, and then they played a little bit on the computers, and then they did my daughter did a craft, and then I went upstairs to go look for some books, so they were kind of just with me. And they like to do this thing when I get on the elevator, they like to run up the stairs, which is not really all that, I mean, I don't want to say it's not safe, because it's they're not the way the stairs are, everybody can see what's going on and stuff, but it was just I always get weary about getting on the elevator and then being somewhere else. But they love doing it, and it's a little game for them. So I'm just so I kind of I'm in the elevator the whole time, and I'm just so anxious because I'm be there when I get there, and so we were on the I was on the 3rd floor, so it was just like I said, it just makes me a little anxious, but whatever. I am so late to school today. I'm gonna get there, it's gonna be 8:05, and I'm only gonna have 10 minutes to do whatever I need to do, and that is not cool, and I'm a little bit worried about that. Oh, thank you. But yeah, anyway, so but that's gonna be my day, so I'll check in with you guys later. I did bring my gym clothes today. I think I'm just gonna hit the gym right after work to get it out the way, and I need to start doing that. I try to do it when my mom is home, because at least then I know that my boyfriend's not home, and because I know he works from home, and I don't want to he picks them up at 3:30, and then if I go to the gym when I get off of work, I don't get home for another hour, and I know that even though he picks them up, he still has to work right after, and so I hate having the kids be there bugging him. And I mean, not so much bugging him, but it's it's not working. It's hard because it's you're trying to do your job, and then and I know how needy my kids can be, and they're just probably asking for things and wanting attention, which is fine, but it's it's not fair. So I try to get home really quickly on the days that he's home with the kids, so that way at least by then I can watch them until he's off of work, and then we decide what our evening's gonna look like, if he's gonna go to the gym first, or if I'm gonna go, or what's gonna happen, things like that. So but yeah, so but my mom is there today, so I can just head straight to the gym right after, and she doesn't mind, because that's what she's doing, watching my kids. And she doesn't care, because she's she doesn't work, she's on disability, and so 9 out of 10 times she's just home all day. So I think she enjoys being able to kind of have a routine and a schedule of coming to my house, watching the kids, and doing stuff for somebody. My mom's that person that has do stuff for people. She can't just sit there and chill. She's always got to be doing something. So my kids keep her on her toes, needless to say. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys later. Hope you guys are having a great week, and yeah, so let's see how Thursday's gonna go. Good afternoon and welcome to the end of the day. I am headed home. Well, not really. I'm headed to the gym because I brought my gym clothes with me. I figured I would just go and knock it out and then get home and then I'll be done for the day. So I'm excited to do that plan so that way I can just get home and I don't have to be like thinking about going to the gym. I don't have to kind of do anything different with my mom. She's just there and she's waiting. I'm gonna go work out, then get home and then take her home afterwards possibly, unless my boyfriend decides to do so. I don't know, I have to stop at the grocery store and grab something to make for dinner. So we shall see how that goes. I don't know, I may just do pasta, even though I know Lenny's always like pasta, but I love pasta. I love spaghetti. But anyways, so I'm just headed to the gym right now. The day was pretty easy breezy. We ended up having to switch our library checkout time to the afternoon because, we already have it in the afternoon, but like later in the day to the extent of right before we went home. So that was nice because I was able to just do library and then we got back and then they dismissed and they went home because there was like a bunch of different things going on. And so we kind of needed to adjust our schedule for that. So, but all good. So now I'm just headed home and then hopefully do that one more day. And then we're back at the weekend and then one more week. And then it is spring break and I am living for every moment of it. And it's going to be nice because it's all testing. So it'll be nice that we'll be testing those 3 days during our math block, which is heavenly because like I said, our math block is pretty long. And so it'll be nice to just test through that time. And then the afternoon usually goes by pretty quickly and pretty smoothly with ELA and social studies. So, but that's my game plan. So we shall see how that rocks and rolls for next week. But yeah, so I will hit you guys back up in a little bit to let you guys know like how the rest of my day is going, how the gym went, because I'm ready to sweat it out. Not looking forward to that stair climber for 30 minutes, but I know it will give me results, and so therefore I'm all about it. So I'll check in with you guys later. Hope you guys are having a fabulous Thursday. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm still a little depressed because I don't have my Friday earrings on anymore because they said I had 2 pair. One of the earrings I lost and the other one broke. So I'm like I guess maybe I could wear one of each. They're totally like different designs. Like one's in cursive, one's not. But yeah, so every Friday I remind myself that I need to buy a new pair, and Friday comes and goes and nothing happens. Let's see if maybe I remember today to purchase those. Anyway, so yes, we have made it to Friday and we are officially 1 week left until spring break, and I am here for it. We don't have any testing today, and we do have art appreciation at the end of the day, which is nice. And then what else? Yeah, so for math we're gonna do another review. We're gonna do one more review game, maybe like today and then Monday, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we test, and then Friday it's just like we'll figure it out. Because we didn't want to start our new unit until after spring break, because we only have 2 units left and we still have a few weeks left of school, and so we definitely don't want to rush through those and then run out of content for them. But it is nice that we did get through the whole entire curriculum. And I think for the most part, with the exception of the beginning and then the geometry unit, I think the kids did pretty well. The beginning, I think it was just different for them because the curriculum that we have for K to 5 is a bit different. I think I told you guys it's called Bridges, and it is very hands-on, and it's very like Common Core-ish-y, where it's just like, you know, how do you get here from here? Like, it's not the standard math where it's like, you know, multiplication. If you have 50 times 2, it's like we do it the standard way. But the bridge is a little bit more like in depth, which, like I said, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, you know, for some that really need that extra support. But then it's just like, it's a hindrance to a lot of ones that just know how to do it the standard way, where they just, you know, do 2 and 0 and then do 2 and 5. So it's just, it's, so our math block, like I said, it's very scheduled and strategically aligned time-wise with, you know, what it entails, but ours is very standard based. So like, it's just very like, you know, old school. And so when they get to 6th grade and they start doing that math, I think it kind of throws them for a loop because they're not used to it, because they're so used to the other ways of doing things and breaking it down even further. And so I don't know. So we'll see, yeah, for next year, like what, how the kiddos do in terms of like transitioning into it. And I think, you know, now being my 2nd year coming in, you know, keeping that in mind, with how I have to adjust things as far as like that and the schedule as well. But anyway, that's an issue or a discussion for a later date. But today, yeah, so we're just doing review, and then for science, I don't know, I have to figure something out because 5th grade will be testing. And yesterday my kids, I love my kids, they're not bad by any means, but they just don't listen. And they're, I mean, that's just every kid, right? And they tend to just like, you know, in one ear out the other, and then they continue to do, you know, silly things. So like yesterday, I had been reminding them that 5th grade was testing and that they needed to be quieter. And then, you know, my principal had came in and said the same thing. And then as I'm passing out papers to kind of do what we're doing for science, people are just having side conversations, and they just keep opening their mouth. And, you know, again, it's like one person having a side conversation is not really that detrimental, but then it's like when you have like 5 people having the same, you know, sounding conversation, it tends to get a little louder. And so my principal had to come in and kind of like, you know, reprimand them. And then, you know, but then it was like, then they kind of got it for the most part. And so it's just like, I don't know, I hate being that like teacher, but at the same time, it's just like, I get that kids need that disciplinary action, you know, that meanness. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not nice by any means, but I mean, I just, yeah, I don't know. Plus it's like, you know, we're in an open concept building, so it's like the last thing you want to do is be reprimanding students where other teachers can just like look over the wall and see you reprimanding students. So that's constantly an issue. But anyway, so yeah, I have about like maybe 10 or so minutes, 12 minutes to get to school. So I will check in with you. This sun is like ridiculous. I will check in with you guys later and see how your Friday is going. Hopefully you survived and you're here with me right now. So I'll check in with you guys later. The day is done. You see my paw that my students wanted me to put on my face. But the day is done. I'm sitting here waiting. My niece came to pick up my car at lunch, so I'm waiting for her to come pick me up. But the day is finally over. And as you see, everybody's gone and it's nice and quiet.